For many years, Rome's criminal underworld was divided among various organized crime groups, including the Cosa Nostra, the Camorra, and the Ndrangheta. These groups coexisted peacefully, focusing on drug trafficking and money laundering without resorting to violence. The only exception was the legendary Magliana gang, a group that brought together a diverse array of criminals and neo-fascists affiliated with the terrorist group NR in the 1970s and 80s. After the Magliana gang's gradual decline, figures like Michele, Senese, a Neapolitan and delegate of the Camorra in Rome, acted as mediators for the converging interests in the city. Senese's arrest in 2013 and the subsequent dismantling of his clan in 2017 opened the door for new groups to emerge. Among these was the Albanian Mafia, which rose to prominence thanks in part to the murder of Fabrizio Piscitelli, a turning point in the power dynamics of Rome's criminal underworld. As the second largest city in Europe, Rome has always been a tempting target for organized crime groups. However, the city's history of divided power has meant that no single group has been able to assert complete control. The rise of the Albanian Mafia in recent years represents a potential shift in this dynamic, as they seek to claim their share of the city's criminal profits. Fabrizio Piscitelli, also known as Diabolik, was the leader of the Lazio soccer club's Ultras group and also controlled a portion of the drug trade in Rome with the support of Albanian groups. He played a key role in introducing the Albanians to the criminal scene in Rome, and the two groups shared a common interest in both football and far-right politics. On August 7, 2019, Fabrizio was assassinated while sitting on a bench in Rome's Aqueducts Park by an Argentine hitman dressed as a runner. The Anti-Mafia Investigative Directorate had been closely monitoring Diabolik, who was seeking to establish himself as a boss in a city where no single group was able to assert complete control. Just over a year before his assassination, Fabrizio had attended a meeting with the Spada, Cosa Nostra, and Esposito Mafia families in an attempt to guarantee stability in the Roman district of Ostia. This gathering, known as the Pax Romana, took place in a restaurant on the city's outskirts and was attended by Dorian Patoku, the mastermind behind the failed Brazilian operation. Fabrizio had wanted to keep the Albanians close, but Patoku's arrest in the low-cost operation marked the beginning of a shift in power among Rome's criminal groups. After the arrest of Dorian Patoku, Elvis Demps took over as leader of the Albanian Mafia in Rome. Demps, the son of Albanian immigrants and completely acculturated to Roman life, was fluent in the local dialect and had a deep understanding of Italian culture. Upon being released from prison for lack of evidence in a murder case, Demps declared the advent of a new order and the rise of his group. According to a magistrate with knowledge of Demps Gang, the group has been working with the Neapolitan clan of Michele Senese for 25 years, starting as doormen and eventually becoming traffickers. They are known for their violence and used it to rise in the ranks of the drug trade. Many members ended up in jail and made connections with the Calabrian Mafia, or Ndrangheta, while serving their sentences. These connections were key to the gang's success. The mechanism behind the drug trade is simple. The price of coca leaves, the raw material used to make cocaine, is influenced by the buyer's ability to handle all aspects of the drug's transportation and distribution, including recovering the container from the port, transporting it, cutting it, and selling it on the street. Demps Gang offers these services to both Calabrian and Latin American cartels and can buy large quantities of cocaine at a competitive price of around €30,000 per kilo through their contacts. Although they did not completely replace the Calabrians' control over the drug source, the gang did contribute to its control in certain ports in northern Europe and Albania, particularly the port of Durrës. As a result, certain groups of Albanians were able to sell approximately 30 kilos of the drug per week in Rome. To effectively distribute the drug, it is necessary to have a reliable outlet and a large logistics and distribution system, which often requires violent actions or agreements with other groups to conquer territory. The Albanian Mafia has been making waves in the world of organized crime, and the Italian Anti-Mafia Prosecutor's Office has been studying their tactics closely. According to one of the magistrates, these modern gangsters have a unique grip on their territory, thanks to their fluid, less organized structures, a stark contrast to the traditional hierarchy of the Ndrangheta. But make no mistake, the two groups are closely connected, and the Albanians have mastered the art of managing drug channels, particularly for heroin from Afghanistan and hashish from Albania and Morocco. They're also skilled in running ports in northern Europe, particularly in the Netherlands. When Demps, the notorious Don Pablo, was released from prison, he wanted his piece of the pie back. But rival Ermal Arpaj had other plans, sparking a bloody war between the two. As the conflict escalated and the codes of Cosa Nostra were broken, the police and judges stepped in, eventually forcing Demps to confront the state. The Albanian Mafia boss had a shocking plan to assassinate 2 judges and several police officers in the heart of Rome. Francesco and Giuseppe Cassini, the judges targeted in the plot, were both investigating the criminal organization. But the boss made a critical mistake. He used the encrypted communication app SkyECC to plan the attack, not realizing that Europol had intercepted the server months earlier. When authorities arrested the boss, they found a treasure trove of evidence on the server, including 170,000 conversations detailing the boss's operations, photos of hostages about to be executed, and even plans to use bazookas and grenades in the attack. This high-profile bust has sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld, and the Carabinieri are still sifting through the evidence to uncover even more of the boss's dark secrets. In January, a major operation took down an Albanian Mafia group in Rome, resulting in 27 arrests and the disruption of the group's leadership. The suspects were charged with international drug trafficking and organized crime. However, even though the operation dealt a significant blow to the group, their more flexible structure allows them to recover quickly. It's a reminder that the fight against organized crime is ongoing, and that these dangerous individuals will stop at nothing to achieve their goals. It's a concerning thought, especially when you consider that Elvis Demps, the group's leader, tried to take control of Rome in just 10 months before being apprehended by authorities. Will his successors be even more determined in their quest for power? Only time will tell.